She never heard me say I'm sorry. And I want you to tell her that, Al. I want you to tell her that Jon said that he was sorry.
This is the concierge, sir.
I knew it was you. I could smell you getting off the elevator.
Drop it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you could do us a favor and smash that like on your way in, you know, you guys know, like, the Salvation Army, you know? Remember you used to walk by and put like a couple quarters or a couple loose dollars in there? Well, how about instead of that, just hit the like button on this exact video. Just as good. We'll get started real soon.
It's a lie. I could go on forever, baby.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. We are looking for a young man.
All right. I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
Knees? I love you.
You gotta do better than that.
I love you.
Maybe I'm off my hinges. But I believe you. That's why I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3 to get your lousy, lying, low-down, 4-flushing carcass out my door. 1, 2. 3. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Akira. Let go. He's got close.
Oh! Oh!
That's what Christmas is all about.
You hear that, boy? That's what Christmas is all about.
Actually, Granddad, Christmas is a pagan holiday. And Jesus probably hates you for celebrating it.
There ain't gonna be no Scrooges in this house, boy.
Look, Granddad, it's clear from the scripture that Jesus was not born in winter. The shepherds who saw the angels announcing his birth would not have been out in their fields in December. The Palestinian winters are too cold, if you believe in that sort of thing. The truth is, Christmas evolved from the Roman holiday Saturnalia, a winter festival where men gave gifts to each other. People would act so crazy on Christmas, the holiday was outlawed by the Protestant church until the 1800s.
Mando night is here.
I just explained the entire history of Christmas.
But it was boring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will get started in just a second. Feel free to smash that like button.
I didn't have time to get some stylish underwear. Why give me this on my last birthday? I passed away and it's... Oh, Tom Sawyer's drying out too. You should read the new book Mark Twain's writing now. How did you happen to fall in? I didn't fall in. I jumped in to save George.
What? To save me?
Well, I did, didn't I? You didn't go through with it, did you?
Through with what?
Suicide.
Well, it's against the law to commit suicide around here.
Yeah, it's against the law where I come from, too.
Well, where do you come from?
Heaven? I had to act quickly. That's why I jumped in. I knew if I were drowned, you tried to save me. You see, you did. And that's how I saved you.
All right, let's get it going. Let's get it Joanne. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the morning stream here on the Den of Nerds Live. We still have the friggin' snow in the studio. It's Mando Day, baby. Finale. Mando Season 2 finale. The final one. The last episode. And what a treat. What a treat this season has been. What a different place the entire Star Wars fandom seems to be compared to 8 weeks ago. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We're going to be going over all of that and more. The big topic for discussion for this morning's stream is like, how do I break it to you all that Din Djarin is going to die? Look, I joked about it quite a bit, okay? And now I feel bad. We're in an awkward situation here because I joked about it a lot. Remember? I made all those jokes about Boba Fett coming in and shooting him in the face and taking over the show. And now I feel terrible. I'm all twisted up inside. I don't know what to do because clearly Din Djarin is going to die. So we're going to have to talk about that. We're going to discuss it, and I'm going to explain where my head is at with all of that and all that. So we're going to get into that today. It's going to be fun. But before we get any further into the show, let's do show notes! Show notes! Now, listen, most important, and there will be some promotion going on for this on social media today. I need help from the Nerdvengers. I need you to lean in, Nerdvengers. I need your help. This Sunday, December 20th, we are joining with a bunch of other content creators, and we're kicking off a session of streams all to raise money for charity for suicide prevention awareness, okay? This is a big charity. This has to do with Zack Snyder, the Snyder Cut. All kind of different people within that community have done different things to raise money for this foundation, of course, because of, the tragedy that Zack had with his family. Look, Paul and I from Heavy Spoilers are going to be up early in the morning on Sunday, and we're going to be giving away all of the juiciest, craziest behind-the-scenes spoilers and tidbits of information that we've been sort of holding back or that you haven't heard us talk about. So come on by on Sunday, drop a super chat, ask us something crazy. The money goes to a good cause, and we're going to have a lot of fun just kind of giving away some secrets and teasing stuff. By the way, this has to do with DC, Marvel, Sony, and Star Wars. So all kinds of different things. Come on by Sunday. And again, for the Nerdvengers, I'm going to be dropping videos about that. Actually, Adam from Fanjecture helped us edit a really cool little video for it. So I'm going to be posting that on social media. I would appreciate a lot of likes and retweets on that just to get the word out there, because we want to raise a bunch of money, man. We want to give a bunch of money to this organization so that they have resources to take care of people in this difficult time as things go on, okay? So that is a big deal for us. Please come by on Sunday. Now, today is going to be insane, okay? We're going to do this stream here. There's going to be a crazy video later on the main channel, and then it's starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. After dark will begin. Al and Labs are going to start streaming, and they're not going to stop, ladies and gentlemen, until 3 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, when we all will be watching the Mandalorian finale together. So, a lot of content coming out on this channel and the main channel in the next couple of days. If you are not a member, consider joining today. Can I get a link in chat, please? And I'll pin it. Thank you. And, come on by tonight for After Dark. And if you're not going to be able to sleep, hang out straight through, dude, to the Mandalorian Season 2 finale. I think it's going to be pretty epic. So, that's pretty much it with the show notes. Today and Sunday are the big deals. That's the big deal. Now, I wanted to kind of talk about this whole situation with not just the fact that I literally think a character could die, and maybe we should talk about the hard evidence first. But I also want to talk about this whole Grace Randolph situation. Because look, if nothing ridiculous happens tonight in this episode, then this will be a super bad look for Grace Randolph. And I want to take you through the whole thing and explain why. Because if she got this one like way wrong, then this is like 3 strikes kind of a thing. And it's not that she doesn't have sources. We're going to get into it. It's not that she doesn't have sources. It's the fact that she doesn't have judgment. She doesn't have good judgment. That's what it is. So I want to sort of talk about this whole situation. We'll sort of just, I guess, blabber about it a little bit. But before we get into all that, how about this? Between Grogu and Mando, we would consider those to be the main characters of the show. Yes? They are the main characters of the show. So what I'd like to know from DOS Chat is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how likely do you think it is that either Grogu or Mando dies tonight, how likely do you think it is that one of the main characters die tonight? Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, so there's a few people that say that it'll happen, but it seems like 80% of people are like 5 or lower. And negative 12 parsecs. And some people are high on it. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, cool. So let me just kind of explain, I guess, for a second here. Let's talk about what if it's the Mando Creed that dies? That's fair. Okay, let's begin by talking about the Grace scoop, okay? And I want to just kind of go through it and sort of explain what I was thinking as it was all going down, and then what I was hearing as it was all going down. Okay, so we'll start with the Grace story. Then we'll talk about some of the evidence for a main character dying, and then we will speculate. We'll spend the back half of the video speculating about who could die. And then we'll do Q&A, okay? All right, man. Here's the thing. I'm not trying... Man, this is going to be tough. I'm really not trying to be super down on Grace. Here's my honest to God take on her and what happened. I think she was made aware of some problems, some tea for the Mandalorian. Which, by the way, there are always problems. Many of you in chat probably have a job. Yes? Or maybe you've had a job before. Maybe before Rona, right? So, when you went to your job, was every single person at the job, like, totally chill? Were there zero problems at the job? There were no problems, right? There were no, like, issues, right? Everybody got along. Everybody pulled their weight equally. And the final product of whatever you and your team were working on was flawless, right? Yeah. The point is, every time you get a group of humans together, funny little creatures we are. Every time you get a group of humans together, they're going to fuck it up. Even if they're doing great, they're still kind of fucking it up. Okay? So the point is, every movie or show or thing that combines a bunch of human beings together is going to have problems. It's going to have some issues. So my point is, there's always fucking tea. There's always tea. Always. Always. Okay? Now, she was saying some stuff. She was saying some stuff online hinting at problems, issues for the Mandalorian. Okay? And this is beyond what she was saying specifically about Pedro, because she's actually said, not just on Twitter, but in live streams, she's hinted at different things, dangling the tea, as it were. Yeah. And so basically she's hinted at a lot of different problems, and she's talked about how there were several problems. And I think I think I know what she was talking about. I think I know the main problems that she was talking about. And while they are real, they probably have very little to do with the show. Okay? So let's talk about number one, Gina Carano. Okay? Gina has sort of dug her heels in, which is, now that I'm saying that out loud, it's so ironic. That's where the expression Tar Heel comes from, if you're familiar with people from North Carolina. Anyway, she sort of dug her heels in to a sort of culture war social media thing, you know? And like, you can look, I see it in our chat already, 2 different takes. You know what I mean? Some people are like, get her out of here. Some people are like, hey, I simp for Gina. You know what I mean? Interesting. So you have the Gina Carano thing. And by the way, regardless of where you stand politically, if you're in public relations, like if you're in public relations for Disney, or you're in marketing, or you're in, guess what? It's a fucking problem. Regardless of which side of that you come down on, it's a fucking problem. You're making waves, dude. PR does not like making waves. Stop it. Don't make waves. Okay, so that's number one problem. Number two problem is Rosario Dawson. Rosario Dawson had a civil suit that she was currently going through quietly behind the scenes. And again, I'm not even going to get into the full details or like make a judgment or come down on there, you know, Josh walks down from the nerdy mountain and says, this is this and this is that. No, it's not. No. No. But the point is, it's a problem. Okay? It's a problem. Pedro, according to Grace, and according to other people also, had an issue not being in the mask. Or being in the mask, rather. He wanted to be out of the mask. He wanted to have more FaceTime. And he wanted more money. Supposedly, it got pretty hot on set. Supposedly, it got pretty hot on set, and he walked away. Okay, that's what Grace reported. So, here's my point with all of that, okay? I think all of those things that we just described, I do not think any one of those three things is totally and completely a fabrication. Something certainly happened. And again, from PR's perspective, it's a problem. Doesn't matter. I'm not interested in the morality of it. I'm not. I'm interested in the fact that it's a problem. The point is, Grace had been sort of stoking the flames, and I think she might have thought that one, maybe all of these things were going to impact the show and perhaps thereby the brand very negatively. I think she probably thought that. And so far, we're getting out clean. The Rosario stuff was settled out of court. It doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. There are certain people that are still upset about it or whatever. Can't please everybody. Trust me, that's a PR win compared to what it could have been. For sure. The Gina thing is interesting, but again, I think we're good. I don't think people really care. I think there's a group of people that are really loud behind their keyboard about it, but I don't really think that it's that big of a deal. Again, from a PR perspective, it's fine. Pedro Pascal and the whole situation with him and not wearing the helmet, this seems to be a non-issue. Like, it literally seems to be a non-issue. Now, some of you think it's not real at all. I will tell you, some of the best sources I have indicate to me that it is not bullshit, that he did have a problem, but that it was resolved like way faster than people thought. And it's almost as if, and this is speculation. I don't know Grace. I don't know what she does. I don't know how her brain works. All I know is that she has very thin skin. So she won't like what I'm about to say, basically. But it's literally possible that she just went to somebody and said, give me all the tea on Mandalorian. Because there's so much attention and pressure on it, and it's Star Wars, and negativity is going to sell for Star Wars. So give me the tea. I'll stoke the flames. Because it is, in some ways, better for her if Star Wars is struggling as a brand. You know what I mean? It's weird. Having said that, here's the thing that really doesn't make sense to me with regards to that. And I need some help with this, because you guys got to let me know if I'm crazy. She also claimed there would be a big tonal shift halfway through the season. Have we seen a tonal shift halfway through the season? Like, at all? Like, you let me know, chat. Because I'm sitting back like, I've been looking for that tonal shift. I don't see a goddamn thing. That, to me, feels like bullshit. And if that's bullshit, and that was supposed to be your big indicator, now I'm starting to think like, who were you talking to? You know what I mean? Who were you talking to? Now, again, talking about tonight, here's the thing. Can I tell you something that's crazy? Can I tell you something that's crazy? The only way I think that she can get out of this, Grace, is if Din Djarin dies. Think about it. If Din Djarin dies, would her comments make more sense? Yes or no? If Din Djarin dies, would her comments make sense? Yes or no? More. Yeah. Of course they would. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, here's the thing. Until we see this last episode, I'm going to refrain from going super hard on Grace. Because if Din Djarin gets his freaking head cut off tonight, then all of a sudden a lot of her stuff's going to make more sense. Because, guys, she didn't just say that. She said the show had major problems. And that there were reshoots, there were a lot of re-edits, there was a lot going on. Okay? There are some things to indicate that that's actually true. That there was some turmoil, that there was some shifting and changing. Okay. So check this out. Let's talk about the leaked music. Okay, let's talk about the leaked music. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. R.I.P. It's almost a meme. Rest in peace. You don't say rest in peace unless it's a heroic character. Okay? Yeah. You don't say rest in peace for a villainous character. Okay? It dawned on me last night when I was talking to Theory, because I had been thinking a lot about how Jon had referenced Game of Thrones several times, several different interviews, Game of Thrones, with regards to The Mandalorian. What's Game of Thrones famous for, ladies and gentlemen? What is Game of Thrones? What made Game of Thrones the phenomenon that it was? Think about it. What made Game of Thrones the phenomenon that it was? Here's the other thing. Why didn't they announce the Boba Fett? Oh, by the way, the answer is they killed main characters. They made you fall in love with characters, and then they murdered them. Sometimes brutally so. That's the answer. The first season of Game of Thrones, the first book, is literally to make you fall in love with Ned Stark. And then they cut his freaking head off. Yeah. That's how that worked. Yeah. There's also the fact that I know for sure that a Boba Fett show is filming right now. I know for sure that I've heard that Boba Fett is heavily attached to season 3 of The Mandalorian. And I also know for sure that they didn't announce the Boba Fett show at the Disney investor call. What do you think the headlines will be if they actually do it? Okay, how about this? Let's do a thought experiment. Let's do a little thought experiment. Now that we've talked about it a little bit more, and I will get into all the super chats. We'll get into all the super chats, okay? Now I want to know. Let's ask again. On a scale from 1 to 10, how likely do you think it is that they kill off either Grogu or Din Djarin? Let's ask again. Still pretty low. Still pretty low. Okay. Well, I'll have to work on my arguments, I guess. I got a couple of you. That's all that matters. Look, it's all for fun. We're just having fun. We're speculating. But I thought about this, guys. Would they be so bold? I'll tell you this. It would be something we'd never stop talking about. If they killed Din Djarin, I mean, dude, what do you think's going to be the topic of discussion? I mean, we'll talk a little bit about that. It would break the internet. Exactly. Yeah. Because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you bought the Razor Crest toy, right? You bought the Razor Crest toy. After the pre-order cleared, Moff Gideon blew it up. Right? So now you're going to buy the Din Djarin toy. Your pre-order cleared. And Moff Gideon's going to cut his head off. Yeah. Which is why you see the toy of Baby Yoda with the Mandalorian helmet as a callback to when Django was beheaded. Do you see that leaked toy? He gone. Let me just say this too. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. When the Boba Fett rumors first popped up, I literally joked about this a lot. Where I said, what if Boba Fett came in there, blasted Din Djarin, and said, it's the Boba Fett show now? I joked about it a lot. And there will be something quite satisfying about that sweet, sweet irony if it actually happens. If it actually happens, I'm putting my name in the hat right now that I'm not only okay with it, I respect the boldness of it, but also forget Din Djarin. Forget him. See ya. Don't care. Don't care. In fact, let me take it one step further. So, let me take it one step further, if I may, for just a sec. If I may. May I? Chet, may I? Thank you. Yes, it's my fucking show. It's my fucking tower. Shut up! This show should have been a Boba Fett show from the beginning. The only reason this show isn't a Boba Fett show is probably whack-ass motherfuckers within Lucasfilm. Because I bet the original pitch was this exact show, except it was Boba from the start. And Kathy Kennedy was probably like, I don't know, I don't like having fun. So, anyway, let's get into Q&A. Let's get into Q&A. Let's have some fun. Feel free to drop your super chats in if you've got a super chat. Darth Lycan, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. Welcome, welcome. If you guys want your question answered for sure, throw a super chat in. I'll go over all the super chats. If you don't have any loot, please do not worry about it. And also, hey, if you're limited on loot, save money. Don't give it to us. Give it to the American Society for Suicide Prevention Awareness on Sunday. That's a way more meaningful thing. In fact, let me take just a second here to remind you all that this Sunday, December 20th, Heavy Spoilers and myself, starting at 7 a.m., are going to be giving away the juiciest secrets. In fact, I'll tell you right now, I'll tease one of them. I'm going to tell you a secret about Kathy Kennedy. I will tell you a Kathy Kennedy secret that I have never said. I have never told anybody about this. Come by Sunday, I will tell you this Kathy Kennedy secret. But only if you donate to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Awareness. All the super chats on Sunday are going to charity. So I'm willing to burn a few bridges and oust a few sources. All my sources that are watching right now are like, what? Fuck, no! No, I'm just playing, dog. It's okay. Relax. We're not going to... Relax. But yeah, come by Sunday. Joey Adams with the $4 super chat says, how much coffee we dranking right now, my guy? The most. Dirty Nap with the $2 holla says, sorry about Dwight Jr. stuff. Keep up the great work. You don't have to apologize, man. I appreciate you. Travis Adams with the $5 holla. What if it's the Mando Creed that dies? Yeah, I saw that one come in. That's interesting. It's kind of cool. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Thanks for the love, man. Renee with the $5 holla. What if Grogu sacrifices himself for Din and he puts a Force baby? Yo, y'all are too much. Yo, shout out to the Nerdvengers. You guys keep me honest. You keep me humble. Keep me happy. Beautiful. Beautiful, Renee. That's a good one, dude. Quote of the day. Saladini, if Boba saves Grogu, becomes hero, and Boba dies. It's possible. It is possible that Boba dies. I just don't get it. If they kill Boba, yes, they could kill Boba. To me, it's like so weird. Rest in peace, I guess. I guess. I don't know. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. But it's possible. Deadshot Gaming with the $5 holla says, guys, Din won't die and Boba take his place. Jango might have been a Mandalorian, but Boba isn't. So it wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. I took a screenshot of a lot of the comments on the video I did yesterday that said there's no way that these characters will die. I took a lot of screenshots, and I'm saving them for a very funny montage video. Brandon Wilson Burks with a $5 holla says, Mando show turns into Boba show. Can I get an amen? Yeah, you can. Amen! Let's go. Joshua Liming says, if Mando dies, the child goes to the Jedi, and the show would focus on the throne of Mandalore. I agree. I think the show's maybe going to get there either way, hopefully. But yeah, that's a very good point. Quite astute of you, Joshua, and I like your name, too. Big Stevie says, Boba dying would please the Game of Thrones ending as well. We already love Boba, finally got badass Boba, only to lose him. Also, would be why they didn't announce. Yeah, possible. Again, I still don't necessarily see it. I see your point, though, that just because he's not necessarily established in this show as a beloved character, it's obvious that he is beloved. That's fair. Still feels super whack to bring him back after 40 years and then kill him. Seems kind of weird. Steve comes in again with another $5. Says, mentioned this last night. Din will die and be brought back by Grogu. Book it. So 10 he dies. 1 that it sticks. Interesting, my friend. Interesting. That would be fascinating. I also think it's possible Grogu bites it. Just being real. Because, like, what if he just uses up all of his, like, life force to do something crazy like that? You know, maybe he brings Din back to life. It's very on the nose with episode 9, though, so I don't know. But let's be real. The love between Grogu, and I used to be, like, into the Reylo thing, but I'm telling you right now, the love between Grogu and Mando, that is a love so pure and deep. Puts the Rey and Ben thing to shame. You know what I mean? To shame. As does much of the show. Anyway. Bill's fan Sable says, we had almost 40 inches of snow here in Saratoga. Thanks for giving me something to watch, buddy. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. I hope you're staying safe out there. We had a lot here in Pittsburgh, too, man. Nor'easter. I love the snow. I find it to be beautiful. I also love how, like, the snow... If you've ever been out, I mean, some people like haven't been around snow, which I find interesting. But if you've ever been around a really like snowy area, because it's so dry, it sort of sucks like all of this cushion almost out of the world, and everything it just kind of crunches, and the sound of everything is so, I don't know, it travels a lot further almost. It's very strange. Yeah, I love snow. I'm happy to chill in a snowstorm, man. It's not a big deal to me, as long as everybody's out there staying safe. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I lost my place. Tim says, Grace unblocked you last night? Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I'm assuming that block is right back up. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate you. Ray says the $2 holla. Cliffhanger, death of Din, like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Yeah, well, Jon doesn't actually die. Well, oh, you're right, he does. Oh, I see what you mean. So, yeah, he dies and then comes back to life. So you're kind of on the same train. Yeah, you're kind of on the same train as Renee, right? Yeah, interesting. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I would not be mad. I would not be mad at that. I'll be real. I would not be upset. The vulgar language says, I don't know. Din is a great character. It'd be weird without him. I don't think Din's that great of a character. Just going to be honest. He's not. He's a Kolchev effect character. I mean, the whole idea of the faceless character is that we imprint our own emotions onto the character. He's actually not that interesting. But he's getting more interesting. So, you know, I could see where you're coming from. I actually disagree. I don't think Din is that interesting. Androstar555, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. Welcome. Kale says, morning, Josh. Love the Nerd Theory show last night. I love the idea of a show on Luke's school. Search for Jedi training. What do you think? Yeah, I love it. So, I had a great conversation with Lord Callus yesterday. Lord Callus is like one of the best like EU Legends lore YouTubers that there are. And I just had a fascinating convo with him. He's going to be coming on the show soon. And we're going to do a live stream where we talk about all these different things. But one of the things that we were talking about yesterday, we were discussing the possibility of replacing some of the characters from Legends, mainly like Jason, Jaina, maybe a Ben Skywalker, and like those type of characters, with different characters that would then kind of be around post episode 9. And the thing about that is, in order for that to work, you need Luke at this time to be like more serious about the Jedi Order and about his place as starting the new Jedi Order, okay? And just in general, I really would like that explained to me more. As I've said many times on the Stream of Theory, context is what I need. I need Luke, I need to know and I need to feel that Luke has put all of his proverbial or existential eggs into the basket of his new Jedi students. And that failure, like the degree to which they make me believe that Luke is pouring himself into that solution, is the degree to which I will be able to believe the breaking point that we kind of see him at in the sequels. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Like, that show could do a lot, dude. A show with Luke could do a lot. So, yeah. And, appreciate you. Mr. Anderson says, Boba is dying. Just accept that. No! In fact, I need to go fill up my coffee because I'm so fired up that you said that. Look, I am definitely not worried that Boba's going to die, and I'm definitely not compensating for that worry by trying to make it make sense that Din Djarin will die. It's definitely not like that. So no. Mr. Anderson goes on to say the Grogu toy Luke is just symbolism for Din losing his no living thing can see my face. Okay, fair. Will Bonin says, if you kill Din or Grogu, do you love the normies? Okay, very important point, Will. Very important point. This is so important. You don't get to greatness through fan service. Okay? I want to bring up this quote. Man, let me see here. How do I find this quote? Who is responsible for this quote? Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway. A good writer makes you love his characters. A great writer makes you suffer for that love. Okay? The show will not evolve into, let's just say, the glorified higher echelon of praise when it comes to literature and storytelling. I don't think it gets there by playing it safe. Do you love the normies? Absolutely. But do you destroy them emotionally because you know you already have them? And that, though destroyed they may be, they'll come crawling back for more. I think that's what great literature does. What great storytelling does. But again, that's just opinion. Jordan Huxtable says, maybe Razor Crest was blown up because it's not going to be needed once Din dies. That's very true. Not for Din to inherit Slave One, but Boba once he dies. Hope Din lives. Yeah, it's very possible. Again, we're just having fun. You know what I mean? We're just having fun. We're speculating and all that. But, yeah, 100% confirmed he's going to die. David Hall with the $5 super chat says, I got here late. Are we getting Luke tonight? Oh, boy, do I hope so. Oh, boy, do I hope so. I think we will, man. I've got a feeling. Ooh. Yeah. S.G. How is Grogu 50 years old when Yoda began training Jedi at 100? He died at 900 and was training for 800 years. Is Grogu going to hit a growth spurt? Do you want to know my theory on that? Because we don't know, right? How is Grogu 50 years old? So here's the thing. I think Grogu is way smarter and more intelligent than he leads on. I just think he has like a problem with speech. And what if Grogu is like a version of like autism? And I don't say that to be funny. I mean in the sense of like being on the spectrum or something, right? Where like he's a little bit off. He can't communicate super well in basic or anything really. And therefore communicates through the Force. I think Grogu is not so much of a child as we maybe once thought. That's my theory on it. Michael Freeman, is that another reason why Pedro was pissed? Because they are going to kill him. So let's think about that question, Michael. If Pedro does get killed off, bro, I'll tell you some crazy things. Okay, if Pedro is getting killed off, would it make the whole story, everything we've talked about, would it make more sense or less sense? I like to think in terms of probabilities. This isn't exactly that, but just think about it. If Pedro dies, does it make all this other stuff make more or less sense? Grogu force heals Din's head back on. Yeah, that'd be funny, huh? Efrain Areo says, keep up the good work. Which Jedi heard the call? I really think it's Luke, man. And I think it's possible that it's Luke and a whole bunch of other Jedi. That would be my hope. I'd love to see him with a bunch of Jedi. His new Jedi Order. You know, that's what I would like. And also, thank you. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you. Jennifer Cook says, I finally started my Star Wars homework of the Clone Wars and soon Rebels due to the Nerd Vengers. Thank you for that. Jennifer Cook, thank you. Thank you for all the support. And I'm glad you're digging in. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Star Wars animation isn't going anywhere either. Bad Batch looks incredible. There's a High Republic show. I still think the Rebels sequel series is real, but I'm Still kind of confused on that. But yeah, good stuff. And the Bad Batch is kind of like Clone Wars Season 8 anyway. So, yeah. Aaron says, Din dying to save Grogu would be poetic and the perfect end to his arc. I don't see him as a key figure in the Filoni-verse, so I'm all for it. Interesting. Backpack Spidey, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You're a Nerdvenger now. Welcome. Bill M with the $20 holla says, Moff G cuts off Din's head. Luke shows up in time to see Grogu force choking Moff and states, well, he's turned. I guess I should stick with Ben, and leaves. Boba says to Grogu, wish I could have done that, kid. Yeah. Dude, can you imagine, like, Boba raising Grogu? Wow. Michael Freeman says, killing Din Djarin is also another way to fix the sequels. It makes the quick death of Snoke seem more acceptable. I freaking love you, Josh. Hey, Michael, I love you too, brother. And, interesting point. Interesting take. It would grab a lot of headlines. Tell you that. We've already had all the announcements. People are excited about the announcements regardless. You think Din Djarin dying is going to make people less excited for the Acolyte, the Ahsoka show, Rangers? For fuck's sake, it doesn't even make me less excited for Mandalorian Season 3. Like, at all. Anyway, Annie J with the $2 holla says, Ezra is Plo Koon. Nice. I've heard that theory. It's very compelling. Jeffrey Helmick says, Josh, you think there's a chance Mando is force sensitive? I do. It's too bad he's going to die. If not, will he learn to combat Jedi? Ooh, that's a great little theory. I would like it a lot. I, in general, want to see more Jedi versus Mandalorian stuff. I actually would love to see an animated show that just goes through the whole Jedi Mandalorian wars. And seeing, like, Dave's take on that would be so cool. So, in general, I think that would be awesome. And it is possible that Din is force sensitive. We'll see if that actually comes to pass or not. RG2088 with the $10 holla. What if Thrawn isn't in control of the 7th Fleet, but still lost? And instead, it's Admiral Ar'alani in control and being advised by Eli Vanto in the ways of Imperial politics. It's possible. That'd be super deep cut stuff, man. That'd be wild. I don't know. That might be a little too much. But I expect the Chiss to become more mainstream for sure. I mean, Thrawn is going to be a big part of that. But in general, they will likely do a lot to bring in Chiss society and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's really cool. The female rebel comms officer is actually a double agent and is revealed to be Sabine. She's had some sus screen time and dialogue. Yeah, that's a weird theory that's out there, but yeah, I don't see it, Cosmic Creature, but I appreciate the support, and it is something that people are talking about for sure. For the love of God, Disney, ignite the green. Yeah, for real. Come on, just do it. Ignite the green, you freaking cowards. Drafter with a $10 super chat. I'd like to see Luke, but more would like to see Ezra. Even any of the others from Rebels would be fun too. Bring Chopper. That'd be great, actually. I would really like to see both of them. I don't think it has to be one or the other. I feel as though the fans, and maybe it's just because of how we were trained with the sequels, were meant to say, like, oh, there can only be so many Jedi slots or whatever. But this isn't that anymore. I think we could get many. You know? So why not Ezra and Luke? Why not? You've got the toys. Let the kids play with them. Star Wars Santa says no Sabine, no Ezra, dead Boba. You are such a pleasant soul, Star Wars Santa. I hope you're well. I know you're very busy right now. I hope you're well. Also, your snarkiness is bullshit. All Info says Din could die if Boba live. and still be a season 3 of The Mandalorian because he is Mandalorian. Very fair point. Very fair point. All info. Could it very well be the case? Mandalorian is not necessarily Din Djarin. J Workman 99 with a $10 holla says maybe Din will die in the sense of his former dogmatic views / self dying. He'll embrace the more modern way, helmets off, and we then have more Pedro in season 3. Probably totally wrong, but hey ho. Hey, look, it's probably going to go that way. Despite all of my best efforts in this stream to convince people that Din Djarin is going to die, it's not probably actually going to happen, right? Like, the odds of them actually doing this are very low. And so I'm kind of having fun with you a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, we're having fun, but that's what we do here. We play. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't get too upset about it. And you're probably likely right. Pedro, there will be much more Pedro in season 3. But I'm also not kidding at all when I say that I think it's possible, and I also think it would be hilarious and bold, and it would be very interesting to talk about. Favreau, Joshua says, Favreau really about to pull a Game of Thrones, what's up with it, Cody, looking for Kenobi with possibly the Bad Batch, though you already know I'm throwing my guy Bautista's name in for Wrecker. Yeah, Bautista as Wrecker would be great. And it'll be Tumara, or Tumara, however you say his name. I apologize about that. Playing Commander Cody. You know. That's dope. But is it Cody that's looking for them? I thought it was a different one. Regardless, yeah, that's going to be very, very cool, Josh. And also, I think Favreau's going to pull something crazy tonight. I don't know if it's... I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Is Gideon's comm officer Sabine, or is Gideon's comm officer Sabine? I'm so curious as to why people really think that. I mean, to me, she looks nothing like Sabine. But that's just me. I don't think she looks anything like her. All right, let's see what's going on in the regular chat. What's up with all the peeps? Grogu dies. I feel like he's not going to die, but could get injured. Isn't that just repeating last season when Din was injured? Yeah. You know what else I was thinking about? Last season, we lost 2 main characters in the last 2 episodes, right? We lost IG-11 and then we lost Queel, remember? Why do I hate Din? I don't hate Din at all. I don't. Thoughts on the Come With Me track being from last episode, pointing to Luke being the Jedi. Yeah, definitely points to that, for sure. Josh, thoughts on Din shagging Bo before he dies? Oh, they'd have to be quick. Need a baby Din to grow up with Grogu. Also, helmet stays on during this. This is the way. Yeah, it's possible. Definitely possible, man. As far as those two, shipping those two, I ship it. I love warrior children. You know, let's get some warrior children going on. I'm into that. And again, the likelihood is that he will not die, but I strangely still think it's possible. Stevie with the $5 holla says, Josh, if Din dies tonight, stand up, take a bow, look at the camera during stream, stare uncomfortably at the Nerdvengers, and drop the mic. Yeah. If Din Djarin dies, it's going to be a wild evening. Dude, seriously, making Boba the Mando from now on would make this entire series obsolete. Make the entire series obsolete. We spent 2 seasons with this dude just for nothing? Disney can't afford to do that again. So are you honestly telling me here's the thing. For Cuscara Lopez. Love that name. So answer me this, my friend. Mi amigo. You're going to honestly tell me you wouldn't watch season 3? You're going to honestly tell me they killed Din Djarin off? You're not checking out season 3? You're going to honestly tell me that? You really believe that? Are you saying it because you literally think that, or is that just the conventional wisdom? The conventional wisdom. Man, when Game of Thrones cut the head off of Ned Stark, I was in shock. It still doesn't make sense to me, actually. I'm actually still burnt about it. Ned Stark is a great character. You telling me they did that whole first season and that whole first book for nothing? We did this whole setting up the Starks, setting up how honorable he is for nothing? Jay Workman 99 with the $10 holla says, what if Boba is a big part of season 3 by being a main villain after turning on Din in the season finale? Remember, he was a villain in the OT. Again, I'm probs wrong, but it could be possible. It could be absolutely possible. We talked about that last night on Nerd Theory as well. Boba's not a good guy, you know? He's got a code, but he's not necessarily a good guy. So what's up with all this? What's up? What's all this? Could be, man. He'd be a great villain, too. I think he'd be like a side villain or something, but he would be a great villain. I mean, he's like Batman, dude. That shit's tough. Alex with the $5 holla says, which character would you care the least about if they killed them off in this last episode? Which character would I care the least about? Maybe probably Fennec, I guess. I mean, Fennec's cool, but she's like whatever. I like Cara, but you know, Kara's kind of like whatever too. I mean, if Cara died, it'd be whatever. I would be furious if Boba died. I would be heartbroken if Baby Yoda died. If Din Djarin died, I would be confused, but I'll be honest with you, I would also be laughing. Because here's the thing. I almost don't want to say this because it almost feels bad. It almost feels bad. Oh, yeah, I'll be laughing my ass off. 100%, dude. That would be fucking hilarious. Are you kidding me? Okay, so let me explain something to you. And we don't know if this is true. This is, in fact, 99% chance, 99.9% chance this is not true. But if it is, think about what this means. Think about what this means. This would mean that essentially Pedro walked off set and Jon Favreau literally said, I'm going to kill this dude off. And I bet everybody was like, what? No way. And you know what else? If it is possible, let me explain something to you. It is possible that Pedro doesn't even know if he dies or lives tonight. Do you realize that's possible? That they could have shot multiple things. It could be done in a way or something like that. He could be like, you know, whatever. And what that would mean is that this would be one of the most hilarious, underhanded power plays I've ever seen. Because it's not just that they would have killed him off. They also make him kind of look like a douchebag. In the episode where he takes his helmet off, I'm just going to be real. When Din Djarin took his helmet off last episode, I was like, oh, so he's not all there. Yeah, he didn't look that great to me. He looked rather silly last episode. Maybe it was just me. So what that would mean is them literally being like, oh, well, let's take the helmet off and look like a complete idiot. And then in the last episode, we're going to cut your head off. And that would be horrible. but it would also be hilarious. I mean, it would be hilarious. Yes? I seem too pleased? Absolutely. I have a disgusting sense of humor. Horrible. Horrible. Ugh. I'm even making myself... Ugh. God, it's gross. And yet... Anyway. George once told Dave to make these stories hopeful. Yo, the universe is a beautiful thing. That is irony that you can't, like, that's God, you know, that you can't fake. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you. George once told Dave to make these stories hopeful. I love you, Josh, but killing Din would suck the hope out of my life. That's fair. That is fair. Velokai Ninja says Din dies and then Ahsoka goes to the world between world and saves him. Well, there she trips onto a portal button and accidentally deletes the entire sequel trilogy, leaving Filoniverse as the true sequels. All right, now who's stretching? You know what I mean? Now who's reaching, right? Now who's reaching? But it's kind of a cool idea. I'll give you credit for it. Look, I continue to not believe the sequel trilogy retconning thing. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. But I kind of get less certain each week. Because, like, they're doing so much. It's, like, crazy. You know? Man, if they actually do that, how bold would that be? That would be bold, dude. I gotta be honest with you. That would be bold. Young Adrias with the $2 hollow says Luke and Ahsoka teaming up against Ezra and Thrawn. Whoa. Well, Ezra and Thrawn wouldn't stand a chance, though. That's the problem. You can't do that. That's like stacking the deck, dude. You can't do that. It's a little too much. It's a little too much. All right. For Cusco La Lopez, I'm going to take this question, and then we're going to get out of here. We can't... No more super chats, guys. We love you. We appreciate the support. Thank you, guys. But no, we can't do any more today. I know, Josh. I get your point, and you're right. I'll watch it anyways. But the Game of Thrones guys didn't have a broken fan base when they killed Stark or a sequel on their back. It would be too weird. You're probably correct. You're very likely speaking reason, and I am speaking illogically. Yeah. So you're probably right. However, I can't put the thought out of my mind. And as I was thinking about what kind of a stream we wanted to do today, we've almost talked about everything that we could. And I thought to myself, what kind of a gift do you want to give to the Nerdvengers and all of the people that watch the stream? Like, what kind of a gift would you like to give them? And I was like, well, I think I'd like to give them the gift of uncertainty. So I think I'd like to give them the gift of fear, trepidation, wonder, confusion. All the things that make for a good story. And so we'll just see what happens tonight, won't we? Won't we? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. Make sure you come back for After Dark tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hang out with Al and Lavis. Guys, there's special guests coming tonight. It's going to be crazy. A lot of cool things are going to happen. And they're going to stream literally all night right up until the watch party. I'll see you guys for the watch party. We'll watch this episode tonight or tomorrow morning early. We'll all cry about Din Djarin dying together. And then we'll do our stream in the morning. Talking spoilers. Please come by on Sunday to support a good cause. Drop a super chat if you can. It would mean a lot to us. Thank you. All right, everybody. We're going to call it there. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.